Hey everyone, welcome back to West Ham Fan TV's big match preview. Today I'm previewing the West Ham versus Crystal Palace game. It's going to be a tough fixture. You know, return of Big Sam. I know he brought Sunderland back, but it's return of a new side. He's still looking for his first win as Palace manager. He'd love to get that over us. You know, I'm sure it'd one that would put a smile on his face. But Palace's form ain't great. You know, they haven't won in the last 6. They've only scored 3 goals in their last 6 as well. Their form against us, you know, I think we've lost 1 in the last 5 against them. The only worrying thing is we haven't beaten them at home in the last 3 games. You know, let's say we've got to put right. We performed well at Palace, especially this last season. You know, the 3-1 win at Palace there was a brilliant performance. This season, the 1-0 victory, I know Creswell got sent off, that marred it a bit, but for me, that was one of the best performances from the side this season. Barring the Chelsea game, you know, we didn't score a lot of goals, but the way the team performed, it was like the West Ham of last season, you know, in that 1-0 win at Selhurst Park. So, you know, we've got to be confident in this. As I said, their run of form ain't great. I know our form at the moment isn't the greatest, you know, especially coming off of that back of the 5-0 defeat to Man City. But, you know, we can put that past us. This would be a good time for us to bounce back, for the players that took a bit of criticism for not putting the effort in, showing the desire to win for the club. You know, this is a good time to put it right, to get one over Sam again. You know, none of us want to lose to a Allardyce side. We want to make sure we go out there and get 3 points. But as I said, it's going to be tough. We know what Allardyce sides are like. He likes to get men behind the ball. More than likely they'll come at us with a 4-5-1, but I know they've got a few injuries, but I'll get to that in a minute. But, you know, if we can get the ball down, we can play the way we play, get the balls into Carroll quick, you know, we're going to have a chance. We've got a chance. You know, we should be beating teams like Palace. No disrespect to him. One of my good friends is a Palace fan. He thinks they're going to go for it and go 2 up top. I don't think they will. But, you know, we've got to look at these games against Palace and we've got to make sure we get a result. And the worrying thing is this is a 6-pointer. You know, we're not out of trouble yet. We're still close enough to that drop zone points-wise that, you know, we could get dragged into it. But as I said, this is a good way for us to boost ourselves up. Injury-wise, we've got no new injuries. Oxford and Byram are back. I'm hoping Byram's fully fit along with Oxford. Collins is 50-50, so hopefully we'll see him on the bench at least. Obviously, we've lost Cheick Kouyaté and Andre Ayew to the African nations. But when we look at Palace, the big boost for us is that they've lost Zaha, you know, who's been their best player this season. He's got to play for the Ivory Coast in the African nations. So that's a boost there. They've got doubts over Benteke, Scott Dan, Wayne Hennessy and MacArthur. You know, if they lose them players, especially Scott Dan, you know, he's the best centre-half they've got. That's going to be a bonus. Hennessy, he's been there in and out of their number 1 keeper. So again, you know, it'd be a bit of a boost that he is out, especially as the other goalkeeper's definitely out. I know Speroni come back for the Swansea game. So, you know, we've got to look at that. And also Benteke, if he doesn't play, they've got Remy, you know, he's someone else we need to keep an eye on, but Benteke is their main man. I know he ain't had the best of forms, but he's an Allardyce striker. He's a player that Allardyce likes to have. So we've got to be wary about that. Also for us, you know, Bilic has come out in the press today, or his press conference, and turned around and said that Payet will not be playing any part. It's a big blow. You know, the guy hasn't had the best of seasons this year, but he's still created a lot of chances for us. You know, we need. I think now, you know, he's come out, he's put that to bed. The player, whoever it is who steps into his position, just step up their game, just go and do it. There's plenty of other talent out there in the West Ham side who can create chances. You know, we just need to finish him off. We showed that against Man City. For the first half hour against Man City, we created chances. The chances for Gouli missed. Again, against Manchester United, we created chances. Not everything has to go through Payet. So Palace fans are going to be looking at it as a massive boost for them. For me, I think we can just move on and, you know, go out and get a result without him. Key battles-wise, all depends with Palace. If Benteke starts, it's going to be a good competition between him and Reed. If Remy starts again, Ogbonna and Reed, even if they go two up top with Benteke and Remy, you know that our two centre halves. Reedy has been absolutely immense this season so far. You know, it's going to be a good battle. For me, this game's going to be one in the middle. If they pack out the midfield, you know, we need to make sure we dominate it. We're starting 11 wise. Randolph to continue in goal. I'm hoping Byram's fit because I want to see Byram coming in at right back so that we've got that natural right back player that can overlap. No offence to Nordveit, he's done okay, but he keeps getting caught out with his pace, and he ain't right back. You know, Byram coming in, it'd be good if he can. Gets forward, overlaps Antonio on the right hand side. Obviously, if Antonio plays, because again, reports this morning he's come down with a bit of illness. So again, we're 50-50 whether he's going to play. Hopefully it's just a 24-hour bug and it gets out of his system. So I'm going to say Byram right back if fully fit. Reed, Ogbonna, Criswell on the left. Antonio if fit on the right. Noble to come back in the middle with Obiang. Who's going to play on the left? This is the tough one now. You know, probably Fernandez might go out on the left. Lanzini behind, Andy Carroll up top on his own. So that if Antonio's not fit, then I'll see Faguli going out on the right and probably Fernandez going out on the left, as I said. Again, if Byram's not fit, then Nordveit will continue on the right-hand side. But as I said, I'd rather have Byram back in there just because he's a natural right back and a bit pacier. Prediction-wise, I do think it's going to be a very, very tough game for us. But I'm still confident. I'm still confident we can get a victory against Palace. As I said, their confidence is low. We need to get an early goal, you know, lift the team, lift the fans, and just go on from now. Don't forget to check out all our other videos. Nicky's put a reaction video from us about the Payet situation on the socials, up and available. The FIFA prediction show will be going up on Friday. Ryan's roundups are back. He put one of them out on Tuesday, I do believe, so check that one out. We'll be around for fan cams after the game. Also recording post-match pint once we get back to our studio. So yeah, check them out when they come. One thing left to say, come on you irons.